Hello, everybody. I am joined with my friend Jeremy again for another movie review. Say hi, Jeremy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the first Terrifier from 2016. What did you think of this movie?
I enjoy it a lot. I think it's very, very gory.
I can agree on that.
You know, it definitely delivers on the horror, and yeah. Great.
I mean, I like it, but I don't really know if I'm, obsessed with this movie to death, where I think it's, the best thing, or, anything groundbreaking. I like the look of the clown, Art the Clown. I mean, he's pretty cool. He's you could probably say he's a little bit more gore than Pennywise, or he makes Pennywise less, scary if you want to say, or I'm not sure that's the best comparison.
I don't know about that.
Well, okay, maybe that. Sorry for my opinion on that one, but I feel like that the main characters are just we just know what's gonna happen. We know who's gonna live and die, and
well, I don't know.
What's that?
I mean, I didn't know that when I first saw the movie.
Right. Well, okay, true, fair enough. And the final girl, the survival girl, I kind of found her very bland and not that interesting of a final girl survivor. She was no Laurie Strode or Nancy or.
I didn't have that opinion. I thought she was all right.
Yeah.
I really liked the girl who was played by an actress named Jenna Kennel, I think her name is. She's the one we think is going to be the final girl.
Right. But the film starts off in the present moment where we see this girl was face was distorted and all messed up because of Art the Clown, and then it ends up connecting the connection. Okay, so that girl we see who that girl was, who it was from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Also, because it was directed by Damien Leone, if I'm saying his name.
I think it's Leone.
Leone. But I highly doubt there's any relation to Serge Leone, the famous film director. But anyway, I think what's interesting about this film when it came out, I did not know anything about this when it came. I feel like it didn't have the best marketing, or was not known until recently because of the sequel. I mean, the other thing also kind of reminded me of too is around the time. Do you remember this back in 2016 when people were posting viral videos online of where they were jogging or walking, then all of a sudden they were being chased by some guy in a clown.
I remember that. I
mean, not that I'm saying the film reflects that, but that's what got kind of thinking.
There were creepy clown sightings around the world.
I don't really know where exactly, but I just remember that was I remember when that was going on, I was afraid to go out for a walk or something. What if I ran into somebody dressed as a clown? And I don't really know what the whole point of that was, but not that I'm saying this relates to that, but I'm just thinking how this came out in 2016, around the time when that came out. I just remember how that was so controversial and a big online scare for people.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think what's interesting too is that this character, Art the Clown, his first film was in All Hallows Eve, an anthology horror film where he had just a small cameo, and then he was made into a film of that.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Did you see that movie, All Hallows Eve?
Yeah, I saw it.
How was it?
It's pretty creepy.
Because I haven't seen it. I just know about it because that was his. If people think that this was Art the Clown's first film, they would be mistaken. The answer would be All Hallows Eve. And did you meet Damien Leone and?
Yes, I did. I met him and David Howard Thornton. They were both very nice.
Right. Definitely not Art the Clown for sure.
Right.
Yeah. I know that Damien Leone is a big horror fan from what I've read, and now he's named after Damien from The Omen, which that's an interesting thing to name your kid after. Anything else you want to touch upon with this movie? Or?
David Howard Thornton does an incredible job as Art. He doesn't say anything.
Right.
He has a lot of experience from clowning and miming.
Interesting.
To give to this character.
Right. I also feel sometimes it has random moments of what the heck does this mean? Remember that woman who was with the holding the baby doll?
Yeah.
I kept thinking to myself, is she some kind of sick mental person who lost her baby and just can't touch, can't accept reality that she lost her child, or am I reading too deep into that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's It kind of reminded me of like, did you ever see Twin Peaks or heard of Twin Peaks?
Heard of it, I never saw
It kind of, it kind of reminds me of that, like how like there was this character who like held a log and claiming that the log knew who killed Laura Palmer. I'm like, what? Somewhat to a degree, but different.
Right.
Just, you know, that's that like similar element of like, yeah. And I will say, I agree with Jeremy. It's definitely very over the top in the gore. It's probably one of the goriest films I've seen in like, I don't know, it's like right up there with like Evil Dead 2, and Dead Alive, and yeah. This will definitely go down in the history of books for horror film as one of the goriest films ever made. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about this film, or?
No, I think we covered it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I do like the film, but not like to the like extreme where it's probably one of my favorite horror films, but I'm glad I've seen it for the experience, for curiosity, to see what was all the hype. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, just, it's okay. Like I said, I like the look of Art the Clown, but story-wise and characters, hit or miss. You know, it's like, I can take it, like, what do you think of the characters?
Yeah, I think they're okay.
I could take it or leave it with these characters.
They weren't annoying, which is good.
Right, not like the stereotypical cliche in other like slasher horror films.
Right.
It was just about like these innocent teenage girls. Were they teenagers? Or
They were college age.
Okay. So, sorry, but anyway, the point is, a couple of like college friends who were just out in the town for the night of Halloween. They come across this killer clown for no reason, which I like that concept.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I like how, again, there's no explanation like why Art the Clown kills. That's what makes it scary. It's like, we don't need an explanation. The less we know, the better it's scary. Because if you have an explanation, it takes away being scary. It's not scary at all. Even though maybe sometime, but it depends on the film, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, it depends on how it's done so well. Yeah. Like I said, it's good, but would you say it's one of your favorite horror films, or?
It's close.
Alright, fair enough. Well, for me personally, I still liked Pearl the last couple of years compared. Well, actually, though, this came out a decade ago, almost a decade ago, so.
Oh yeah, 2 more years and it'll be 10 years old.
Yeah, it's true, actually, yeah, that is true. But like I said, I think it's gotten more popular now because of the sequel that came out.
Yeah, and the third one's coming out later this year.
Yes, which I'm curious to check that out. We're gonna do a video on the second film eventually, and I definitely want to touch upon see the third film with you and do a video on that too, because it's gonna be Terrifier at Christmas.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. Yeah. Alright, now to part 2 of Terrifier 2 that came out recently, not that long ago, 2 years ago, from 2022. Actually, recently I got this at FOA at my mall, and I got this at Chiller Theater, and this is like a region coding where it's like a European version of Terrifier 2, which I had no idea existed. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. But anyway, what did you think of Terrifier 2?
Oh, I loved it. It's bigger, it's badder, it's gorier.
Right, that I can agree on. That it's like really like over the top and just whacked, crazy, fucked up, bizarre, and like, what the fuck did I just watch? You know, it's yeah. I will say though, the characters are a little bit better written in this film than they were in the last movie.
Yeah, they are.
I liked the character Sienna. What did you think of Sienna?
She's great. She's badass.
Oh yeah.
Strong.
Yeah. I was reading that like all those like martial arts scenes you see her like her fighting Art the Clown. In real life, she is a martial artist, so basically that's her like doing her own, well, not all of it, but a lot of her stunts. So I guess when you have that background in martial arts, it makes it easy rather than using a stunt person all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. But the one thing that surprised me about this movie, like, when you think about the time that we're living right now with, like, Me Too movement, cancel culture, it's amazing what this film got away with. Like, certain, like, dialogue, or how, like, her brother had a fascination with, like, serial killers. He wanted to go dress as Art the Clown, and Sienna says, like, wait, I have this written down. I apologize. Oh, yeah, that. Art the Clown says, it's poor taste, and for that reason people don't dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer or Charles Manson. It's like, damn. Amazing they got away with saying those lines.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they also think because like this kid is like fascinated with serial killers or reading about Art the Clown, that he's gonna grow up and be a killer, which I'm not a psychologist, but I highly doubt that that's true. I read about Ed Gein when I was 11 years old. I'm still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Or even how it even surprised me that when, like, after, like, when Jonathan was grounded for something he did not do that the school thought he did for, like, with the killer animal, he calls his mom a bitch. I'm like, holy shit.
Huh.
I know. It's like, you know, like, wow.
That was quite a scene.
Oh, it was. It was. Also, what did you think of, like, Art the Clown in this movie compared to the first movie?
He's just as terrifying as he was in the first one.
Right.
You know, David Howard Thornton does his great little mime act.
Right.
Makeup and costume, and it's very effective.
Oh, it is, and especially also, like, he's sadistic, he's brutal and gruesome, nasty. I like the kill scenes. I like shivered when, you know, when he killed that teenage girl in her room, and I'm like, oh god. I can't remember the last time I like shivered at something like that. Because even though it's like all practical and fake, but it feels like so like realistic. You think that it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I read that a lot of the film was practical, they did use some CGI in certain scenes, but I don't remember which one though.
Yeah, I guess it's good that you can't tell because, you know, it's like doesn't ruin the illusion.
Right. And also the other thing I want to talk about with Sienna too, it seems like, well, even though they don't mention it, but her father died, and also, what did her father do that, like, when it seemed like was her dad like some kind of comic book artist or something, because
Maybe.
she dresses up like this character from a comic book or something that her father created or something, and it looks like a combination between Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl. You know what I'm saying? Like when you compare the costume, you know, like Hawkgirl from the Justice League.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me whenever I like look at her costume. Yeah. Also, like the other thing about Art the Clown too, you know, like Joker, he thinks murder is funny. Yeah. Let's see. Also, like there's a mythology they don't like seem to go into that much. That seems like it's gonna go in like the background story about Art the Clown, but it's not like dive deep as much as we need to. And
maybe it'll be in 3.
Probably. We'll see. Who knows? Let's see. Oh yeah, you know what really surprised me about this movie that amazed me? That Damien Leone employed Felicia Rose and Tamara Glenn. Tamara Glenn was in Halloween 5. Felicia Rose was in the original Sleepaway Camp. As I'm watching, I'm like, oh my god, there's Felicia Rose, and well, I didn't recognize Tamara Glenn in the film, but still, it's just pretty cool. Like just like Rob Zombie employs good character actors.
Yeah, they're small roles, but it's still nice to see them.
Oh yeah, nice to see that he's paying tribute to a certain like horror movie that he watched when he was a kid growing up, and he got a chance to work with somebody. Yeah. Let's see. Also, I feel like the movie was like 2 hours long, even though it was sort of like 2 hours. I feel like they could have like cut and trimmed certain things down, if you can agree to that.
It did feel a little long.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of a drag at times, especially with the kill scenes. Like, okay, yes, we get it, she's dead. It's like, can you like maybe like a little less and move on to something else after that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Also, like, I thought it was funny when they're watching Night of the Living Dead on television, Barbara's mother, while she's like out, you know, with her friends, and I'm also thinking a little bit of like a Halloween 2 vibe to some degree. Because remember in the second Halloween movie, throughout the rest of the film, Night of the Living Dead is being played on television.
Yeah, and they also show later on
the post-credit
watching Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Right.
I liked that.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's say the post. Oh yeah, one other thing I like about this film is like the haunted house. Well, not the haunted house. The haunted carnival atmosphere. It's like something out of like Caligari or did you ever see Tobe Hooper's Funhouse?
Yes, I have.
Yes, it kind of reminded me of that to some degree.
Yeah, I guess so.
But then again, I always like that in like horror films, spooky amusement parks, because they can be very scary and creepy when you think about it. Yeah. I read they shot that in like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, good place. Let's see. Sorry about for juggling my notes around. We're going out of order. What did you think of Sienna's mom?
Oh, she's a real bitch.
Oh yeah, she was. But at the same time, it's like she didn't deserve like the death that she got though. And
No.
She wasn't a horrible mother. Just not the perfect mom, but she did her best and tried. Yeah. I forgot to mention this in the video how Sienna's friend sucked and was a crappy friend.
A little advice right here. If your friend slipped a drug in your drink, stop being friends with them.
Also, here are some facts about Stephen King said that he tweeted that Terrifier 2 grossing you out old school. Good taste, Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, because of at the time, this despite like the first one came out in 2016, this one came out almost like 6 years later because this was postponed during COVID at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were somewhat almost done, but the only scene they had to do left was killing that the teenage girl in her bedroom scene. But that was being filmed. But then when the pandemic got bad, they had to postpone that, and they had to like do some rewrites.
Yeah, they rewrote it and made it even better.
Yeah, true. What's his name? Who plays Art the Clown, the actor's
David
name?
Howard Thornton.
I was reading how he said that it wasn't easy for... Again, he's another actor who's playing a sadistic, evil, brutal horror character, but in real life, he seems like such a nice guy.
He is. I've met him.
Right. What was it like meeting him?
Very nice. I've
Right.
met him both in and out of costume.
Right. He said it was not the easiest like thing to do, like that scene. Also, what was the point of the pale little girl? I didn't get that. Did you get that?
I don't think we're supposed to get it. Maybe it'll be explained in a future installment.
Right.
I've met the actress who played her too.
Right.
Which is nice.
Right. Yeah, because that scene was like so like creepy and disturbing. How like Art the Clown like comes across this like little girl and they're doing like mind like body language and some guy like is sitting across next to him and he sees him like what the fuck is wrong with this guy and. Yeah, but little did I know, like, when I was watching that scene, I wasn't expecting that. It was, like, basically, like, all in his head. It was all, like, his imagination coming across this little girl he has something in common with and share his passion for killing, I guess, if you want to say. I don't know. You can call that whatever you want. Yeah. Actually, I didn't mention this before when we did the first Terrifier about... I don't know if you know this. Believe it or not, Art the Clown's makeup was inspired from a famous mime called... a French guy called Marcel I'm not sure I'm saying his name, I apologize, who was a legendary French mime and master of silence. Have you ever heard of that or heard of him?
No, I've never heard of it.
But it's interesting to learn, like, wow, how did we never would have known that about Art the Clown's makeup inspiration, and also were a little inspiration for Art the Clown, but the only difference this guy was not a killer, he was just a regular, mime who was entertainment and stuff. Yeah. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what else? Talked about that. Talked about this. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to mention before. What did you think of that dream sequence when she's dreaming about like Art the Clown and like it's like something out of like a like I don't know, like a kids commercial, but more like an adult horror kids commercial.
Oh, I love that scene. I love the Clown Cafe song. It's so catchy.
Oh, it is. Like when I was, for some reason I don't know why. Like when I was like doing research and maybe like watching random clips or like a refresher in preparation for this, it sticks in your head after a while when you like first like see and listen to that song. Would you agree?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah, and also I kept thinking to myself, this feels like something out of like A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Well, no, it would. If like this is so Nightmare on Elm Street. But then after the dream, she like tells her friends about the dream. I'm thinking this feels like A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this movie feels like a combination of like Nightmare on Elm Street with Halloween 2, but more gore and brutal and just whacked and off balance, as I said before.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch upon with Art the Clown that comes to mind, or?
I think he's a great
Terrifier 2, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You were just saying he's a great villain, Art the Clown?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch upon with Terrifier 2 that comes to mind, or?
I love Sienna's costume.
Right.
It looks very badass.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, like Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl combined, but no, this is not a DC character.
Right.
Yeah. What did you also think, like the final battle, like climax between Art the Clown and Sienna?
It's pretty intense.
Oh, it is.
Intense.
Yeah. Also, the other thing too, I was a little bit confused about, like when Sienna like kills him with that like knife. Is that like, does that mean like he does have a weakness? Art the Clown, is he not a supernatural, or I don't
know.
Right. There's like so many like I feel like this is a film with like so many like questions you have. You just don't know how to like bounce it out of proportion of what you want to ask, or not knowing like if there's no answers to it. Am I like trying too hard? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm trying too hard on this. Also, like, what did you think of that post-credit scene at the end?
It's pretty brutal.
Oh, it was. My dad like didn't because my dad didn't see the first one. He didn't really get the post-credit scene. Like, yeah, you got to see the first film to understand that post-credit scene. And are you excited for Terrifier 3?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Maybe we'll go see it together and do a video on it together.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Anything else to add to Terrifier 2 or Terrifier in general, or?
I think we covered it all.
Alright, I guess, see you next time. Say bye, Jeremy.
Bye, everyone.